So, ang pinakamarami pa rin lumalabas ay ang BPO-enabled. Ano yung mga BPO-enabled jobs?
CSR, PSR.
Mga, yes, correct, galing. Aside from work abroad, gusto nila lahat pumasok. Kanina parang I think there are 6 out of 10 who's looking for a job abroad.
Morning.
Thank you for coming.
JobStreet Philippine Country Manager, serving Gioca, sorry. Thank you for your presence here. And then we'll also call Work Abroad Business Unit Head, Mr. Matt Almeida. We also have here SSS Senior Communications Analyst from Special Events Management Team of the Corporate Communication Department, Ms. Cynthia Tabardo. Okay, Ms. Cynthia. We also have BIR Revenue Officer 4, Ms. Anna Manidu. And Pag-ibig Fund Division Chief 3 from the Member Relations Department, Christina B. Diaz. Ms. Christina. And we also have NBI Computer Programmer 1, Teresita Lazaro.
Ipa-NBI ako kanina.
Thank you, ma'am. So, thank you for joining us also. And then, we just wanted to have a ceremonial formally open the career fair. This is our ribbon cutting. We'll have this. So, to formally open our career fair, we'd like everyone to cheers.
First question that everybody has in mind right now is the reason why you held this event, career fair, hosted by JobStreet.
Okay. So, everybody alam naman nila na ang JobStreet nasa online portal. So, bakit nagkaroon pa ng career fair? Kasi, number one, it's been 5 years since we held yung JobStreet job fair, and we see many people, customers and candidates are actually asking us why not have a job fair, and since nasa online na kami, so baka mas madali sa online. So finally, we experimented, and this is the first of the experiments we've done to really have a live career fair, kasi we do a career fair online. So makikita namin that there's still a lot of candidates nakapila na wala pa ring JobStreet account or hindi pa rin nagtitiwala sa online. So this is one of our ways to actually show them that JobStreet really is a live and reputable portal that they can really find jobs. To date, we have 90,000 jobs na local, and in work abroad, we have more than 20,000 jobs to date. But in the job fair, we actually selected um, the people who will join or participate, yung hirers natin, based dun sa ating mga candidates. Kasi yung candidates natin, nakita namin, these are parami ng parami, Gen Z, yung mga millennial, tapos nagko-konti na yung ibang generation. So kinakailangan, i-match din namin yung mga hinihingi nilang trabaho based dun sa mga personalities ng mga candidates.
Okay. So, meaning to say, you're able to segregate, yung, na-profile nyo sila based on age, ganyan. So, do you have opportunities for senior citizens there?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
In fact, napapansin nyo kanina, pinupuntahan namin sa pila yung mga PWDs at saka yung mga senior citizen.
Okay.
So, binibigyan namin sila ng easy pass para makapasok agad.
Would you be able to identify what type of work, yung jobs yung binibigyan sa PWDs and then for the senior citizens?
So, depende kasi dun sa mga companies yan.
Okay.
Na yung mga companies very open to PWDs.
Okay.
Maraming taga BPO that they opened up yung kanilang workforce for PWD. So, hindi natin mapipilit karamihan kasi may mga requirements physically sa office nila that promotes PWD inclusion and yung mga senior citizen inclusion. So, may mga kokonte, but JobStreet keeps on pushing. In fact, we partnered with Project Inclusion. It's an advocate organization for the inclusion of PWD and in the workforce. So, partner namin siya, pinupunta. Kaya may mga partners tayo ngayon dyan that accepts PWDs and senior citizens.
Okay. Are you planning to put this up as a roadshow? Kasi definitely napakarami na ng job fair in Manila. So, what about putting it like key cities at least?
So, depending
Nationwide.
on the need of the... So una muna, kailangan natin ilagay, we said, hindi na muna tayo gagawa ng live job fair kasi
Okay.
online portal tayo. But because of, due to insistent public demand, sabi namin, sige, nagawa tayo. So, first time namin ulit to, after 5 years, nakita namin how successful it is. Nakita namin, ang pila nga, natatakot na kami, umabot na daw ng basement. So it shows that it is successful and people still are going to job fairs despite the many job fairs in Manila. But you have to also look at it that there are also key cities. So we're going to study with that. Hindi kami tumigil sa job fairs. In fact, ang work abroad palaging nasa job fair, not only in Metro Manila but in the key cities. But it was only JobStreet na nag-start lang ulit in Metro Manila.
Kasi nakakatulong din yan also to ease a lot of things. Like for example, we put up a job fair in Cavite, Laguna, maglalaban ng company.
Yeah.
Then yung mindset ng tao would not just be going to Manila to work. Kasi if they find out that well, we have big companies in this area, it will help na may mapunta rin, hindi na sila magta-travel.
Correct. That's correct. So that's one of the things we are looking at. But you also have to understand, karamihan ng mga nasa Cavite, nasa Maynila na rin. So kailangan muna naming hanapin kung meron talagang visibility na meron talagang job opening dun sa mga areas na yan. So that's one thing.
Yung sa work abroad naman po, what's the help that you extend to the, you place the job opening? So aside from those opportunities that you put out, ano pa yung mga services or na binibigay nyo sa mga mag-a-apply, prospective applicants?
So, I guess work abroad is, in a way, a very nice complement to JobStreet, because JobStreet is focusing on the local market, and then work abroad gives a lot of Filipinos the chance to take their talents, and those are many overseas. Since there are two platforms, there are actually a lot of synergies that can be shared, because each has its own market in a way. So by having both platforms, the applicant can tap into both as well. That's just one thing. Aside from that, the process of going overseas is generally more complex for a Filipino, and it's typically an intimidating process. So as opposed to going local, especially for the wide choice of countries that people have. So Work Abroad also does step in that process, and we try to help Filipinos navigate that in a smooth way. So I would say, yeah, those are the.
But with regards to the safety and security, with regards, just in case a company put up an account and work abroad that year,
Sorry?
it's a work abroad.
Okay.
If they join there, are the applicants secure that these are all safe
Good
or
question.
legitimate companies?
Good question. Yeah. So we actually go to great pains to
Okay.
make sure that every agency that we work with is POEA accredited.
Okay.
That all their job postings follow very strict guidelines. The POEA is actually quite involved with the whole application process. So we try to follow that to the letter, and I think that in that way we do actually have a good track record of connecting people with positions that are legitimate and very viable.
Yeah. Just
And
to add to that, in fact, kanina, there's a person from POEA who actually came to the job fair before the start to check the 4 and 5 recruitment firms, just to make sure, even to the detail of their ad posting. So ganun siya, and as Matt said, kailangan talaga namin ilagay sa website the legitimate jobs, because it will be a failure for us if we do not comply with POEA.
Last question lang, this is out of the, but what's your opinion of having a Department of Overseas Filipino Workers right now? We already have BOEA and OWA. Is it something that's still relevant out of the, since you're in that industry?
Well, I think I guess in my opinion, it's better to take a more conservative approach when it comes to regulations.
Okay.
So it's better to try and then roll back or scale back, let's say, rather than keep the market as free flowing as possible, meaning like the lack of regulatory bodies. The reason is because this kind of digital transformation of taking your application overseas is growing very, very fast, and so I take this more conservative opinion that it's better to have government involved, and then you test. And see.
But what I'm trying is there still a need for it, or there are still a lot of things lacking with the current setup? We have an OWA, with the BOEA. So because you're in the industry of putting employees outside the country, so is there still a need of having a specific department of OFW if you already have different departments?
So I'm not sure with what is the scope of that. So we don't know. What we know is that we are working together with POEA and DOLE. Not much on the OWA. And having this one, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So as Matt would say, it's
Still a
better to
proposal
have,
there.
it's better to look at it and very very safe, because you really have to understand that despite having OWA, POEA, DOLE, we still have issues on recruitment and then placement of workers abroad. So let's see.
Okay, thank you guys.
Sir PG, a while ago you mentioned about helping the younger generation look for jobs. That's why we have the career fair. Can you share with us why it is important? Actually?
So according to the National Statistics Office and the data we also have, the new upcoming workforce will be your millennial, who are already working, and then followed by Gen Z. So baby boomers, Gen X, all of these will come into play. But the situation is millennials and Gen Z will have a different way of enticing them to work, because iba yung nagpapamotivate sa kanila. So si millennial, sabi niya gusto niya work-life balance. Si Gen Z gusto niya dapat yung trabaho ko may meaning, mayroong purpose, or dapat may change or may gadgets na nangyayari. So magkakaiba. And then yung culture din nung kumpanya iba-iba. So dapat malaman nila kung ano yung mix of people to attract.
How are they different, sir, with baby boomers and Gen X?
So baby boomers sila yung unang workforce, di ba? So sa kanila, if I work here, I'll die here. So ganun sila kasisipag, di ba? Tapos yung isa naman, yung susunod na generation doon, namana nila doon sa tatay nila, loyalty. So kung saan ako pupunta, doon ako magiging loyal. I will work here and retire here. So one job. Pagdating ng millennial, nagulo lahat. So these are the guys who try kasi they look for work-life balance, they look for meaning. So naghahanap sila ng fit. And then ngayon, yung Gen Z, which are the better millennials, they say, they look for purpose. So yung CSR, environment, yung hindi paggamit ng plastic, hinahanap nila yon sa mga companies na papasukan nila.
This, ano sir, considerations of the needs of the different generations of workforces. How did this play in your choosing the companies that would be here in this career?
So JobStreet launched a very massive research called Laws of Attraction. So it was participated by 18,000 candidates and about 5,000 or 8,000 companies. So para malaman namin what attracts the candidate to a company and what should the company use to attract the candidate. So this is what we call law of attraction. In fact, it's a free online tool in JobStreet that both hirers and candidates can actually take a look. It played an important role to the job fair today because when you want to attract the Gen Z and the Gen X, so kailangan humanap kami ng company na mayroong environmental cause. So meron yan si BDO, meron yan si Ayala, meron si ganito. Meron kaming kailangan hanapin what attracts them in terms of salary and compensation. So we got the top, BPOs and corporates here. Meron din sa mga Gen Z, gustong-gusto ng mga pumunta sa group ni Mac, may travel eh. So may basta may travel, may opportunity abroad, so kinuha namin. But we know that, it depends on the type, it depends on the attraction of the candidate to the company. So kailangan i-match din yun today. So again, this is an experiment. It's 100 hirers today. And then we have 4 recruitment firms for overseas. So tingnan natin how it plans out and hopefully it connects what we wanted to achieve, is to really give a job for every Filipino here in the Philippines and in overseas.
Maybe anyone else would like to yes,
We work with Philippine Managers and we work with vulnerable and disadvantaged Filipinos. So our project is new and we would like to
Okay.
So we are going to ano yung mga itineraries, qualifications. So nakita ko yung job street is an opportunity for them to apply.
Yes.
So parang may another step pa ba ng job fair like this?
Yeah, for sure with the right good turnout today, I think
Well, I think
we will consider.
You mentioned that the
line is from the basement.
from the basement.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
until what time today, sir?
So this is from 10 a.m. to 6 today and tomorrow only.
But what, just in case that the line will not stop from filing it. So
We'll ask Matt. No. So all of the available jobs that is presented here in the job fair is actually present in the online.
Okay.
So the 90,000 jobs, so they have really an option. Pero that's why we were like battling or in a toss coin, no? Kung magla-live ba tayo o online, kasi nandoon naman yung online. Yung 20,000 jobs ni Matt, nasa online din yun, ng work abroad. Yung 90,000 namin, nandun din. Pero gusto ng tao yung yung makikita niya, gusto niya yung pumila, gusto niya yung legitimate talaga. And I think, nasa culture ng Pilipinas din yun, yung pagka-fiesta, face-to-face, tsaka yung online registration. Pero ang maganda kasi ngayon dito, hindi lang dun sa dami ng jobs, dinala din namin yung NBI, SSS. In fact, yung NBI nga, 10 minutes ko lang, nakuha ko na yung NBI clearance ko. I tried it myself. So, SSS registration, yung BIR, TIN number, di ba mga kailangan mo to? Mga pre-employment, nandyan na siya, dun sa JobStreet booth. Para pag nagkaroon ka ng interview, pwede ka rin magkaroon ng go signal to say, you can start on Monday. Ayun yung next. Yung pre-employment mo, nandyan na rin. So, By next week, sana may trabaho ka
on-site
na.
hiring din tayo.
May on-site hiring, yes. So, by this time, we will ask kung meron nang na-hire on the spot. Sana marami na. O, madideploy na yung sa UK at saka Australia.
Deployed.
Deployed this evening.
Maybe we can have one last question.
Sige lang, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. First, I would like to compliment yung sa ginawa niyo regarding involving the NBI and the SSS for this one. Kasi usually pag nag-a-apply kayo ng
Dami,
job,
no?
kailangan na
Naramdaman ko yan eh.
kailangan agad yung mga
Correct,
requirements na
correct,
yan
yes.
because it's necessity
Yeah.
for the
Mga bagong
mga
applicants.
applicants talaga.
Correct.
And then so ang question ko lang is ano yung biggest demand ngayon from the workforce providers? Ano yung mga openings na kailangan?
So, ayan, kailangan kong kumuha ng ano para tama ang statistics ko kasi kinuha ko yan kahapon. So, ang pinakamarami pa rin lumalabas ay ang BPO-enabled. Ano yung mga BPO-enabled jobs? Mga, yes, correct. Galing. Aside from work abroad, gusto nila lahat pumasok. Kanina parang I think there are 6 out of 10 who's looking for a job abroad. And 4 of
6 out
the
of
people,
10?
6 out of 10. Kanina lang yung when I talk to the people who are looking for it. So sa kanila. But in the Philippine setting, ang pinakamarami pa rin customer service, finance and accounting, education. And this is true. Maraming, in fact may TIP eh. So maraming nakita niyo yung TIP. So maraming naghahanap for teachers kasi nga 'di ba meron tayong senior high school. So ngayon pa lang mabubuo yung mga streams. And population is really growing. So it's a good thing that education is also one of the the top. Then you have clerical and administrative. And this is good kasi for senior high school graduates. Normally they land dun sa clerical administrative support. Entry level, yes. And then ang pinakamalaking demand out abroad is nurses. Also in local, we're looking for nurses, medical support and assistant. So in terms of industry naman, good thing marami na rin government jobs. Now, if you look at JobStreet, you will see about 22,000 jobs look for government. Malaki doon is defense, which is yung kapulisan natin, at DECS, Department of Education. Marami ring manufacturing, so senior high school, very good. Property and real estate, nakita nyo, diba? Ang dami na rin kanina dyan. Then, computer information technology, ito yung pinakamarami na in demand, pinakamalaki ang sweldo, pero ang supply ay problematic. Okay? And then, of course, construction, building, and engineering, ang dami rin. Both local and overseas. So, kanina meron lumapit sa akin. Sabi niya, meron mo bang construction? Sa construction kasi ako eh. Sabi ko, meron ho. Pero kailangan nyo pumila. Ganun ba? Kasi pipila ko kung meron talaga. Then, meron ho talaga. Kaya lang mahabaw lang talaga yung pila. So, naayos ng team namin kung paano mapapa. So, hopefully, I answered you.
Yeah.
Same goes din ba sa overseas? The positions needed in overseas?
PG touched a bit on healthcare being the biggest one. So, and within healthcare, that would be nursing. It's highly country specific too. But if you go outside, actually there's a lot of demand for highly skilled work. So, a lot of engineering, different fields of engineering, service workers, factory workers are also quite big. But actually, it's very broad. So there's a lot of opportunities for people to explore. Yeah.
Gusto niyo maging fruit picker?
Yeah, but that's one unique
I
one.
love that. Sa New Zealand, no, gulat ako. Fruit picker. Talaga? Oh, gusto ko magtrabaho dyan. So when I interviewed someone who's sa fruit picking, akala ko masaya. Sabi niya, hindi ka masasayan. Kasi, ano yun, 4 hours straight, ipipick mo yung mansanas, and hindi dapat siya magkaroon ng mark. So sabi ko talaga, Hindi, may technique daw sila. And 4 hours dire-diretso ah.
Oh my God.
Akala ko amusement park. It's different. It's hard work pala.
Oh, yes, that was
Hi.
fun.
Sige,
Hi, sir.
go ahead.
Sorry nakahabol. Every year, do you notice that there's an increasing number of applicants always?
Yes. Yes.
So far, what is the biggest percentage of job applicants? Almost 100%?
What do you mean in terms
Passing
of
siguro.
When you have job fairs like this?
So ang job fair kasi ngayon first time namin ginawa, but on the online, ang pinakamarami katulad ng sinabi ko sa kanila. So the demand is actually brought by the companies. Ang pinakamalaki ho at pinaka-progressive na companies hiring are still the BPOs and IT enabled. So about 50% of the jobs are coming from those related to CSR and TSR. So, di ba nagkaroon nga ng isang scare about AI coming into play, right? Pero yes, there are, but yung jobs na nawawala because of AI are transformed into a different team. So, kailangan pa rin talaga ng tao. So, it's still in that. So, halimbawa ngayon, makikita nyo the growth of BPO-enabled or IT-enabled. Even nurses, lawyers, accountants are becoming workforce of BPOs. Kasi hindi lang siya puro ganun. In fact, nurses, uubusan ng Pilipinas ng nurses because of, syempre, di ba? Times 3, times 10. Pero dito sa Pilipinas, yung mga nurses, ang kumukuha ngayon, hindi lang clinics or hindi lang hospital, pati BPO, kinukuha rin sila. Kasi may online nursing program.
If I could just add on your question on traffic. So this is first and foremost an online platform. So one of the nice things is we can actually see the trends of where people come from, and a lot of the traffic actually is organic, meaning they type it on a Google search or word of mouth. Right? This is kind of organic traffic, and so what we see is a massive trend towards organic applicants, right? So what it says is, even though it's true, Filipinos, they like this face-to-face interaction, it's very strong. Nevertheless, many people are now turning much more towards the online, this online marketplace. So it's a big democratizing element for people. It's a good thing, right? Even the playing field for the best or the most motivated.
So, talking about online, we also have online work from home jobs. So, malaki siyang industriya, hindi pa nakikita, hindi pa na-formalize. But even Dole and I were talking on the number of people work from home. So, the number is like 2 million people already working from home, which is a global trend. We also have it. We also have it in JobStreet, but we're limiting the JobStreet online for online teaching. Basta siguradong legitimate yung workers nila. So we have a lot of English teachers teaching at home, but teaching Chinese, Koreans, Japanese using the internet. So maganda siyang playing field to get relevant jobs into the market.
Definitely, I'll agree on that, na mag-grow yung work from, kasi the government just passed the telecommuting law.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
it would be a big industry.
Yeah, for as long as EDSA remains to be that way. And it's not gonna change in a long time.
Yeah, sure. It's a traffic area, and look at how the reception of the
Yeah.
I think we need to have it
More
another-
often. Sige. Well, please put that down.
Okay,
Definitely.
sige, that wraps up our Q&A